Never trust a woman completely. Listen closely, brother. This might be the most important lesson you'll ever learn about women. The moment you trust a woman completely, you stop thinking clearly. You start confusing emotion for honesty, softness for safety, and loyalty for permanence. And that's when the game flips. I don't care how gentle she sounds, how innocent she looks, or how convincing her emotions appear. Every man who's fallen hardest thought she was different. But here's the truth most men learn too late. A woman's emotions aren't just expressions. They're instruments. She can cry to disarm you, go silent to test you, or act vulnerable to shift control. Not because she's evil, but because that's how power moves in her world. Through emotion, not force. So before you hand over your full trust, understand this. Love her, enjoy her, appreciate her, but never surrender your discernment. Because the moment you stop thinking and start feeling blindly, you give her the one thing no man should ever give away: control over your peace. 1. She'll protect her image at any cost. One thing every man must understand is this: a woman's survival instinct is stronger than logic, fairness, or even loyalty. When her reputation is on the line, she will do whatever it takes to protect her image. That might mean bending the truth, rewriting the story, or stepping into the role of the victim so that the world sees her as innocent and you as the aggressor. And once her version of events is out there, your truth won't matter. It will be buried under the sympathy she's already secured. This isn't about demonizing women. It's about recognizing that image, for her, is currency. Society rewards her for being seen as the good one, the wronged one, or the delicate one. If you don't protect your own reputation and stay 10 steps ahead, you'll end up defending yourself against narratives that were never true to begin with. A mature man doesn't panic when this happens. He documents, he stays calm, and he refuses to fight fire with fire. Because once you understand that she'll guard her image at any cost, you'll stop handing her the brush to paint you as the villain. 2. Her tears are tactics. One of the hardest truths a man will ever learn is that not every tear falling down a woman's face comes from pain. Sometimes it comes from power. A woman's most effective weapon isn't always her looks or her charm, it's her timing. When a man sees her cry, something primal awakens in him. His protector instincts kick in, logic fades, and suddenly he's apologizing for things he didn't even do. That's emotional strategy, not vulnerability. Understand this: women are emotionally intelligent by nature. They know how to shift the energy in a room, how to make silence feel like guilt, how to make empathy work in their favor. When she's wrong and knows it, a well-placed tear can rewrite the entire narrative. This isn't about hating women. It's about seeing the game for what it is. Real men don't get angry when she cries. They stay grounded, composed, and clear-headed, because once you learn to recognize the difference between manipulation and emotion, her tears stop being a weapon, and you start being untouchable. 3. Emotions are her battlefield. A woman's battlefield isn't physical, it's emotional. That's where she tests, measures, and learns how much control she has over you. She'll shift from warmth to withdrawal, from chaos to comfort. Not because she's confused, but because she's reading your reactions like a map. One moment she's distant, the next she's affectionate, and before you realize it, your emotions are dancing to her rhythm. The truth is, the man who reacts emotionally is the man who loses control of the frame. When she gets you defending, explaining, or chasing peace after she created the storm, she's no longer following your lead, you're following hers. Understand this. Women don't overpower men by strength, they do it by influence. Every time you let her silence get under your skin, or her mood dictate your energy, you're handing over your power, piece by piece. The grounded man doesn't fight emotions with emotions. He observes, stays calm, and keeps his peace sacred. Because once she learns she can't shake your center, the battlefield is no longer hers, it's yours. 4. Love her, but never be blinded. Love her deeply, but never lose sight of yourself in the process. Too many men confuse love with surrender. They think being loyal means ignoring their intuition, overlooking red flags, or silencing that gut feeling when something feels off. That's not love, that's blindness. You can give a woman your affection, your time, your presence. But the moment you hand over your discernment, you stop leading and start following. A real man doesn't love with his eyes closed. He loves with both eyes open, aware of who he's dealing with and what energy he's allowing into his life. Because love without awareness turns into dependency, and dependency turns into control. You're meant to love her from strength, not from fear of losing her. The masculine man stays grounded. He can be soft without being weak, romantic without being naive. Remember this, when you keep your discernment intact, you don't just protect your heart, you protect your peace, your direction, and your power. 5. Your emotions are your weak spot. Understand this clearly, brother. A woman doesn't have to outmuscle you to defeat you. She only has to outmaneuver you emotionally. She knows that if she can get inside your head, twist your guilt, and make you question yourself, she doesn't need to win the argument. She wins you. Before long, you're apologizing for things you didn't even do, carrying the weight of her mistakes while she walks away clean. That's not love, that's control. And it happens because you let your emotions run unchecked. When you let anger make you loud, guilt make you weak, or lust make you blind, you hand her the keys to your peace. A mature man masters his emotions. He doesn't bury them, but he refuses to let them drive the car. He stays steady, even when she tries to shake him. Because once you realize that emotional discipline is your armor, you stop being an easy target. The truth is, your strength isn't in how hard you can hit, it's in how calm you can stay when she's trying to drag you into the storm. Conclusion. At the end of the day, brother, this isn't about hating women. It's about protecting yourself from the traps that destroy men who never learned the game. Women will use emotion, image, silence, affection, and even love itself as tools of influence. That doesn't make them evil, it makes them strategic. But the man who trusts blindly, who hands over his discernment in the name of love, is the man who wakes up one day with no power, no peace, and no respect. Real strength is balance. You love her, but you never lose yourself. You give her loyalty, but you never hand her blind control. The strongest men stay grounded, calm, and clear-headed, no matter what storm she brings. Remember this, never trust a woman completely. Trust yourself, trust your boundaries, and trust your ability to lead with awareness. Because the man who stays in control of his emotions can't be manipulated, and that man is untouchable. If you're serious about becoming unshakable in love, in sex, and in life, subscribe, turn on notifications, and keep leveling up. Because here, we don't chase validation, we build power.